we are seeking injunctive relief until we can meet with the board, which could be weeks. In the meantime, Miss Sims' education will be compromised if she is forced to attend Del Mar. Furthermore, if Del Mar becomes a permanent part of her scholastic record, it could impair her future pursuit of scholarship and entrance eligibility to many institutions of higher learning. In other words, attending Del Mar will cause her irreparable harm.
Finished?
That would be up to you, Your Honor.
Why don't you just come right out and say it, Miss Jackson? Del Mar houses nothing but drug addicts and thieves, and you don't think your client ought to be exiled there just because she's pregnant?
There is that, too, Your Honor.
The requested relief is granted.
Yes.
You will notify the board of my decision and request a meeting on an expedited basis. If they reject your plea to be heard, we will meet again, and we will settle this once and for all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Rene, that was great. Compromised education.
It came to me while your mom was talking about Del Mar, but don't tell her it was her idea. We'll never hear the end of it.
You think I have a shot at this?
I think you have a shot at this.
Talk, Mr. Sims.
I got nothing to say to you.
Well, I've got plenty to say to you. I want us to come to an agreement.
I don't think that's possible.
Are you even willing to listen to me? Sir.
This better be good. Have a seat.
Well, I'd rather stand, sir.
Sit down.
Yes, sir.
Make this quick. Kelly's going to get home any minute, and I don't want you here when she does.
Why don't you like me?
The fact that you even have to ask that should be the answer to that question. First of all, you have gotten my daughter pregnant, which is tearing my family apart. And second of all, you seem to think that basketball is more important than Kelly and her baby.
Our baby. And that's not true, sir.
Well, you could have fooled me. Don't you even care that Kelly got kicked out of school?
Of course I do.
And what have you done about it? Exactly. You should be cleaning up the circus you've created rather than come knocking on my door whining, "Why don't you like me?"
Well, the way we treat each other in front of Kelly and Mrs. Sims is killing them. We don't have to like each other, but doesn't mean we have to take it out on them either.
I am not the one here who needs changing.
Are you willing to be cordial to each other in front of them? If you got a problem with me, come to me and talk about it one-on-one like a man. Sir.
All right. I'll try it. But only because that's what's best for them. Don't think that this changes how I feel about you. I'm standing my ground. Now get out of here.
Thank you, Mr. Sims. You won't regret this.
I already do.
All right, Faith's here.
Hi! What are you doing here? Well, stay for dinner.
That's okay. I better be getting home.
Well, it's takeout, but we eat it off real plates. You go home after you wash them.
Sure. Okay, that'd be great.
Come on.
Oh, great. Chinese food? Start.
So, what y'all been talking about?
Basketball.
But they're gonna let her back in her old school after she had a baby. So it really don't matter what Del Mar is like.
But she's going to have to go there at least 2 more months until she has the baby. Do you really want her attending a school that can't accommodate her needs?
What do you mean needs?
What about a chair she can sit in? Her pens are right. Or better yet, a place where she can muster up enough self-esteem to see a future, as opposed to just getting through the day.
That girl made her bed and I told her she gonna lay in it. Period.
Mrs. Halliday, if you have no concern for your granddaughter's welfare, then I don't understand. Why did you come here tonight?
To make damn sure she don't get kicked out of Del Mar. She get kicked out, my check shrink. Not at night.
See what I mean?
Wow. 30 students and only 5 parents show up?
Actually, 3 parents and 2 grandmothers.
I had no idea.
Rene, I apologize for roping you into this. I'd hoped to get you fired up so you'd see the light, care, go before the school board and get that jockstrap money allocated to Del Mar.
Why haven't you done that?
I got 3 months to go before I get tenure. After that, I plan on shaking things up a little bit.
Good. Meantime, I'll make a few phone calls. budget's a public record, and the school board is made up of elected officials, maybe we've got an election coming up. See if we can get somebody on our side.
Good. You got kids?
No. You?
This week I got 37. These kids sure are growing up differently than I did.
Where did you grow up?
Boston. Worst thing that happened to me was losing the state basketball championship. All we had to worry about was getting leather sweaters, class rings, and going steady. And sex. It was something far, far away.
But I thought kissing was first base. Just when I thought you couldn't get any stupider. It's more than just a silly kiss. I kiss puppies and certainly for one moment don't consider that I've ever dragged a dog to first base. That's something fat and ugly Von Strang would do.
So what is first base?
It has to do with tongues.
But you already told us about tongues last year.
It's more than just tip to tip. First base is when you stick your whole tongue in the boy's mouth.
Yeah.
My Billy calls it throat hockey.
So what's second base? I know, you have to wear a soft sweater, right?
Second base is letting a boy touch your boobie. It has nothing to do with what you wear, spaz.
I'm never letting Collier do that.
Me neither.
You better not. He's my boyfriend.
I wouldn't worry about it. He'd need a magnifying glass to find your boobies.
You're just older than me, that's all.
Let me just say that when I was 12, the boys used to call me Miss Tangerine. They'd call you Miss Acorn.
So what's third base and home plate?
Well, that's for me to know and you to find out.
Teresa, how are we gonna find out if you don't tell us?
Never forget this as long as you live. The female and male reproductive systems were created by God for one reason and one reason alone. Procreation. Yes, Mary Elizabeth.
What's procreation, Sister Joy?
Who would like to tell Mary Elizabeth? Since it was last night's homework. Yes, Collier.
Procreation, from the Latin procreare, to produce offspring, to beget, propagate, or generate, to give rise to.
But what does it mean?
Making babies. That's why God made all this.
I know.
Bobby.
My father already told me how babies are made.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did. He told me the morning after I heard a bunch of squeaky, weird noises coming from their room. He said that the father jumps up and down on the bed like a trampoline, while the mother turns on the television real loud and makes woof sounds. But it only works if the kids stay in the room and don't come out till morning.
Your father is right. And after a man and a woman are married, in the eyes of God, it's considered a beautiful thing. However, before you're married, even a simple little kiss between a boy and a girl can trigger the ovaries here to spew eggs into the fallopian tubes here, where they are greeted by sperm made by the testicles here. Next thing you know, you're having a baby, or even worse, cursed with syphilis. Yes, Mary Elizabeth.
I heard my mom say that my Uncle Arnold was shiftless. Does that mean he kissed a girl before he was married?
Not shiftless, syphilis. Little curly-Q things that screw into the brain and make you